Wanna create clickable buttons to show and hide information like this? Or hovering the mouse like this? Or using a slider like this? Easy, you just need an all-in-one authoring tool like ActivePresenter to design everything in a few clicks. Let's see how to trigger interactive appearance for your objects on slides by using button, mouse hover, and slider. So you're now seeing the workspace in ActivePresenter. 3 slides are correspondingly 3 interactable circumstances I mentioned above with pre-made shapes and texts. I will show you how to trigger actions for interactivity in each example. First, open Object States in the View tab to see the states of each object I've set up before. Click the video at the top right corner here to see how to customize each state. So basically, there are 3 states of each shape: normal, hover, and disabled. While normal and disabled are the default states, hover is the state we added to show the hidden information later after we trigger actions. So, free shape and text, standard shape and text, and pro shape and text are 6 elements whose states need to be changed to show and hide information properly. The flow here is when we click a shape, for example, free. The hover state will appear, the free text disappears, and the other 2 shapes change their states to disabled. This principle is also applied to the mouse hover and slider ways. And this pricing plan text will become a button that when we click it, all the object states will return to normal. First, let's add actions to this button. The event here is on click, so when we click, here are the actions that happen at the same time. All free, standard, and pro shapes are in normal states. And all free, standard, and pro text appear. Now, add actions to each pricing plan shape. We still choose the on-click event, then change object states. Here, we will set up the state of the free shape to be hover, while the standard and pro shapes to be disabled. Then hide the free text. And finally, the result will be like this. Create the same events and actions to apply standard and pro shapes. You can go back to the time on screen to know how to add interactivity to the pricing plan shape. The flow is similar to the first way, but instead of clicking, we just need to hover the mouse to the shape to show its hidden state. Now, in the standard shape, we add 2 events, on roll over and on roll out. So, when we roll the mouse over this standard shape, the shape will change its state to hover, while the free and pro shapes change to disabled. Remember to use Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V on your keyboard to copy and paste the events or actions more quickly. Then, set up the standard text to be hidden, while the other 2 texts are still shown. With the on-rollout event, we will set up the action similarly to the on-click event of the pricing plan shape. This means when the mouse leaves the object, all objects will be back to the normal state. So I will hold Ctrl and left click at the same time, then Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. We're done. Slider is a new feature in ActivePresenter 9 to help you control any factor in your course as you want. Here, I will customize it like this. Then, to make this slider work, set the min and max values here. This variable represents the numeric value each time the slider thumb moves to a corresponding position. Easy understanding. If you set up like I've just done, imagine the slider is like a ruler. The pricing variable we add is equivalent to 0, the initial thumb position, 1, 2, and 3. And with the setting on the right, this means when the thumb changes its position to each value, a number of actions will happen equivalently. We will have 4 combinations of actions corresponding to 4 values. Once getting used to the principle, you will find Advanced Actions feature is surprisingly helpful and quick to create. And now to create them, first, add the onChange event to the slider. Then choose Advanced Action. We see that this place here is blank, so click the green plus icon to add a sequence of actions. Name this sequence as free, equivalent to what happens when the pricing variable is 1. Similarly, add standard, pro, and initial, equivalent to number 2, 3, and 0 positions on the slider. Now, it's time we added a number of actions in this sequence. With this initial sequence, we expect when the thumb moves to the 0 position, no matter what state the shapes are at, they will all be back to the normal state and the texts are all shown. We will add actions like this. Then, don't forget to add parameters. Parameters are like a bridge between the procedure and the actions you create. They will be used as references for actions in the next part. So, their types here are object states. Then, click Save. Similarly, set up the free, standard, and pro advanced actions with suitable changes in actions. Now, to make the actions happen when the thumb changes, add conditions for each action. So, the condition for the initial advanced action is if the pricing variable is equal to 0. Repeat the settings. Finally, we have actions and conditions like this. Let's preview the result. That's it. Go to the description box to download the app and the project freely for further investigation. See you again in the next video.